Hey guys, welcome back to Games of War. Today's RPG Quick Look episode focuses on a game that I've actually had for quite a few years. I bought it back when it first came out. I put a couple hours into it. Then my gamer ADD kicked into overdrive. I put it back on the shelf. Well, these past couple of weeks I finally got around to putting it back in, and I have been playing it non-stop. I'm completely in love with it, and that is Infinite Space for the Nintendo DS. Developed by Platinum Games and published by Sega, Infinite Space opens up with a beautiful animated cutscene, giving you the world, the story setup, and introducing you to your main character Yuri. Now Yuri works as a mechanic on his home planet of Ropasek, and he's got big dreams of owning his own ship one day and being able to go out and explore the stars and explore outer space. Now this is where early on in the game the story really kicks into high gear. A young woman named Nia crash lands her ship onto Yuri's planet of Ropasek. She's been damaged in a fight and needs Yuri's help to repair the ship. In exchange, she agrees to take him out into space with her. And this is where I began to see what an epic and ambitious game this is for the DS. Now travel is handled by a world map on the bottom screen. It shows the different planets all lined up, and you can choose which planet you want to go to by touching the planet on the touchscreen. It will go into a cutscene of your ship flying to the planet, to the destination, and this is where the RPG elements come into play. Now the battles are turn-based and random. You don't see the enemy, but you are alerted when a ship is in proximity. It goes into the battle system, which is very unique. Now from the battle system, you're able to control the ship going forward, the ship going backwards. You've got the ability to dodge, you've got the ability to attack, and then you've got your barrage. Now in the left-hand corner, you're going to notice a meter that is constantly filling up, starting with green, which gives you the ability to dodge. When it gets to the yellow, you have the ability to attack, and when it goes into red, you have the ability to barrage. Now the barrage is kind of like your special, and there's a lot of tactical options in the flying forward, the flying back, maintaining your distance from your enemy ship, which is shown in the very top. There's a small gauge showing your ship, the enemy ship, and you have to manage by not getting too close, but being able to get far enough away to avoid their enemy attacks. It's pretty complex, but after a few battles you start to get the hang of it. It's smooth, it's handled very well, and it's highly enjoyable. A very unique battle system to this game. Now another highly addictive, totally awesome, and unique mechanic to the RPG element of the game is the shipbuilding and modeling you have at your disposal. Now when you land on a planet, you can go to the shipyard where you can buy blueprints, different ships, hundreds of different ships in total, and total customization await you. Now each ship is laid out in a grid-like fashion, and it's almost like placing Tetris blocks on the grid to compose your crew quarters, where you have your weapons, where your bridge is at. It's pretty complex stuff, but it's extremely satisfying to get a blueprint and build your ship from the ground up. You have total control where everything goes. And it's awesome to take that ship you created into combat and watch it perform and perform well and take out enemies. An extremely deep option. You can tinker around for hours building ships, making them perfect, and it's a lot of fun and a great aspect to the game. The next portion of the game is kind of like a visual novel, graphic style point and click game. When you land on planets, you have the choice of going into taverns, and this is where you can talk to people, get information about the current mission. You can recruit allies. In the game, there's over 100 people you can recruit to your side. And this is all done by branching storylines, branching dialogue paths. You can answer yes and no to certain options, and you can also react differently to certain situations. And if the non-player character likes the way you handle the situation, he might join your party. He might have you perform a task for him before he decides to join. This is a really cool mechanic. There's lots of interesting characters to meet. They're all different in personality, and the dialogue is really well written, accompanied by some gorgeous static 2D art screens. Now when you combine the epic turn-based battles out in space, you factor in the incredibly deep ship customization and the town visual novel point-and-click style dialogue with branching story paths, they all combine to form an incredibly unique RPG. And it is massive. This thing would be at home on consoles, let alone a handheld. I haven't played anything quite like it. It's an excellent RPG. I recommend it to all RPG fans. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember that Games of War is nothing without you.